You're gonna have to cut that out. You realize that, right? This is why you don't sidebar. Hidden truth of thoughts just come out.
We can still hear you.
It's gonna be great.
They can
because
still
I'm
hear
gonna
you.
beep it out.
Oh yeah. But
Wade just flips the table on him. Did you really?
so he
Real
kept
funny.
pushing. He kept pushing the table up against me.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't have a song.
I don't have a song either.
I thought of one, but then I'm like, I want to do something that we both know, but I don't know one that we both know that we haven't already done.
Well, we started a new season too, or a new series technically. So anything we've done in the past, do it again.
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
It feels recycled to me because I was there for the past.
This is new.
Do we have to do a song?
No, you want to do a song?
I want to do a
something I
song
always
though.
You want to do a song?
Yeah.
Wait, like doing songs.
I don't have one, but I like the songs.
You gotta get two
I'm
blocks.
sorry.
I'm a goofy
Yeah.
goober, yeah. You're a goofy goober, yeah. We're all goofy goobers, yeah. Goofy, goofy, goober, goobers, yeah.
I still don't know.
That was
but-
the most like Playhouse Disney intro we ever had.
Alright, now drop a bunch of cuss words.
We're past the 10-second mark. Go.
yeah.
All the explicits. Welcome
Son
back
of
to the
a-
show. Whoa. During the intro. Anyways, welcome back. As you can see, Sly got taller and paler. And he
Yeah.
grew facial hair. Which he can, but refuses to grow. But we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I decided that I was too good at dancing and I didn't have enough hair on my face.
I hate when that happens.
So I decided to change
Everything.
that. Yeah.
I can't imagine living in a world where people... Let me rephrase this before I get in trouble. The fact that you
Judge each other
shave,
based on the.
like you razor blade
Oh, okay.
shave every week is mind-blowing to me. Like, I know I used to shave with a razor blade, but now I
Wait,
can't.
which Sylvester are you talking to?
Yes, yes. I'm looking at
I'm not
both of
Sylvester.
you.
I'm not Sylvester anymore.
But, like, I'm glad you
I can't do
finally
this.
grew it out, you know?
Oh, me, yes.
You're
Okay.
Sylvester?
Yeah, I am Sylvester. I'm this man. I'm a cat.
That was a weird... That was a weird moment. As you can see, we're not here with Sylvester. We're here with Wade.
Yeah. I mean, Sylvester is still here. He's just off camera.
In spirit. Oh, yes, he is here physically, too.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not dead.
I'm off
Oh,
camera.
what was that? He's on the wall.
Wait a minute. Oh, the phone's over there.
What were you worried about?
It rang last episode.
Like, literally, like the episode
so
before I
it'll
got
probably
here?
ring.
Every time Wade's on, it rings.
It'll probably no. I was just gonna pick it up and make like a the call is coming from inside the house joke, but
He's in the walls.
yeah.
Sending the cleaners.
No, I don't know. It is weird that you say that there because you are a man of nice facial hair
Well, thank you.
and I have facial hair, and I like unless I'm doing something. I don't think the last time that I full on like shaved,
Yeah.
like razor shaved, was around Halloween. It was for
Like this past Halloween?
yeah, the past
Okay.
Halloween, because I had to paint my face for it, and I was just like, just make everything all nice. And when I shaved it, I was like, I don't know this man. I don't know who this is.
Why is my chin so long?
Yeah. No, actually, the opposite. I'm like, where is my chin? Where does it start?
I think the last time I razor shaved was like when the pandemic started.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't know how to cut my own hair or like my own facial hair at the time. And I was in a different state, so I didn't have my normal barber.
Okay.
And so my hair was growing longer. And I was like, oh, I don't want to keep growing my beard. So I just shaved it. And I was surprised by how much space there was between my upper lip and my nose.
Oh yeah.
So now I just refuse. I trimmed it down but the Valentine's Day before to surprise my fiance because she's never seen me without facial hair.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad because now I just have stubble. Because now the shadow's there.
Yeah.
So I don't look like as much as a baby. I just don't like my chin.
What was her reaction?
She was surprised. Like, she wasn't surprised. She was surprised I did it.
Okay.
But she was just like, oh my god, she kept like touching my face, like this is so different.
Okay, I thought she was gonna be like, oh.
It is different. It's like it's because
Yeah.
now I think we were dating for about 4 or 5 months at the time, so it was like oh wow, like
Yeah.
But I mean, even just like when I got my haircut last time, the barber cut my like beard down to like my chin.
Oh,
So
okay.
like this part here, like the space between my bottom lip and my chin, for those who are watching, he got rid of that, and so
The soul patch?
it was trimmed down.
Okay.
Like there was remnants of it, but the soul, the spirit of the soul, was away in the atmosphere. But she's like, now you just look Puerto Rican. I don't know how I feel about it. It was a good clean. It was a good cut. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
I don't know. There's just something whenever you have facial hair where it's like hard to get rid of. I've heard people say that beards are like man makeup. And I used to be like, no, that doesn't make sense. But now I see it. Yeah.
It's bad.
I'm like, you know what? Like I said about not having a chin, I have a chin. It's just not as pronounced as I would like it to be. But with a beard, I can shave it into any. I can shave myself a
jawline
chiseled
can be so
jaw.
sharp.
Yeah, because it's all just it's hair. It's extra. But I've also heard. I mean, this isn't true for everyone, but a lot of women in this area prefer facial hair.
That makes sense.
But we also live
in a mountainous,
in a mountain
out in the
place.
wilderness.
To where like I'm trying to get my dad to grow a beard again because he used to have a beard when he was younger. There's a picture of him in my pap's house where he lives now. But it's like a family portrait, and he was about 25 in the family portrait, and he's got like a nice beard,
Like full.
yeah, full nice beard. And I'm like, why don't you do that again? He's like, no. And then he tried it once, and then he hated it because he's like, oh, the food gets stuck in there. And I'm like, yeah, save it for later. Just like, nah.
I also
No.
feel like for your dad, it's harder for him to shave because of where it grows and stuff. See, mine's easy to shave because of stubble.
What do you mean where it grows?
Like it's just easier for me to shave because it's not as much and it's it's consistent.
Oh
to where
yeah,
it's easy for me to shave.
because you don't let it grow out as
Yeah.
much, so there's just a little bit to shave.
Whereas I feel like your dad, if he grows, he probably can grow faster than I can too.
He can shave and have stubble he can shave in the morning and have stubble by the night.
That's what I'm getting to now.
Oh yeah.
Especially like my neck, which my barber put me on to. Like now I have, it's a Manscaped thing, not sponsored, but it's like basically it's a stubble trimmer.
Oh okay.
So it's like the one that's got like it's like a roll, like a little roll thing across. It's like the fork in case you have longer hair, and I'll just grind that on my neck, and it's so much better. Like I've never felt my skin be so smooth.
Is that part of the new one?
I think so.
You said not a sponsor, but I kind of want them to sponsor me or sponsor us.
Manscaped?
I'd do it.
Yeah, freaking Manscaped. If you're listening, hit us up because we like your products.
I have yet to be disappointed.
Yeah,
Like of all their products that
We all
they
use
use.
Manscaped?
I do, yeah.
I use Manscaped.
Hey, yeah, sponsor us, please.
I only have
I'm running out of blade.
I think I have the 2.0, and it's still pretty good.
Also, you've been using them if it's a 2.0, because mine's a 4.
What's funny is I'm gonna out my dad. It's not that embarrassing. My dad
Sorry, Wade's dead.
has back hair, and he absolutely hates the fact that he has back hair.
On the podcast.
So
that's
he
crazy.
wanted to, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I said, just whatever, embrace it. But he got a razor, and I noticed when I was going to the bathroom at his house one time, I saw the Manscaped razor, and I'm pretty open about stuff, I was like, oh, you use Manscaped? He's like, yeah, I got it for my back. And I was like, you do know that's a ball razor, right? I mean, technically, you
can use it wherever.
could use it for anything you
Yeah.
want to, but it's
gets the job
promoted
done.
as a ball,
It's their
for the
emblem as a
Ghibli
whole,
bits.
yeah.
But and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Like I've seen it on like YouTube and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I kind of wanted to try it out. So for Christmas one year, he got me a Manscaped razor. I
Yeah.
think it was the Lawnmower 2.0, and I open it and I just look at him and I'm like, this is legit a cool gift. I know you're gonna think I'm
This is the first one. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, no. I'm just like this is gonna sound fake, but I am actually
Like this is I'm
cool.
excited for this.
Yeah, man. And then they made the special edition purple one, and I was like,
Yeah, a purple one?
they had a purple one. I forget what it was. I think it might have been for like ball cancer
Testicular cancer.
Testicular cancer. I was like,
Okay.
what's the scientific name for
I'll
it?
say, yeah,
The medical
testicular.
name. Yeah. I think it might have been to raise awareness for testicular cancer.
That's cool.
And it came out and it was so sleek and it was like had a purple light on it and stuff like that. And I was like, man.
Just missed it.
Yeah. Dad, can you return this and get the purple one? But yeah. Manscaped, sponsor us.
When you
Please.
started growing your facial hair, was it like you were trying to, or was it like me where it got to a point where like I'm just tired of shaving, and I missed like a week of it, and then it started to actually have some shape? Like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it be.
No, actually, I started. Or wait, growing the facial hair?
Like, because I used to shave like once a week, and then I let it grow out for a week and then shave it again. But when I stopped because it was part of a not so bet with basketball stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if the Celtics make it to the finals, I'll shave again. And then they didn't, so I had to keep it through the playoffs. And then it actually started to form like decently.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let me just keep it. And I got past like the itchy patchy part.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's now here, and it's like, okay, never getting rid of it again.
No, I don't know. I can remember when it grew on its own when I started shaving.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can remember when I made the decision to let it grow. I'd have to say it was like whenever I first started noticing it growing in fuller is when I started letting it go, or been like, oh, you know what, that's coming in nice.
Or it takes like one
So it
compliment.
probably, yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I'm never getting rid of it.
I mean, mine still comes in patchy, which I want to like stop that. I want to have
wanna
it
stop
grow
it
in.
growing.
I want to stop the patchiness. We'll have to have Thrash on here. Hey, and when we have Thrash on here, remind me to ask him what he
Talk
uses on
about-
his beard.
He uses some kind of oils and stuff. Like he has like a roller and then oils, and he went hard on that. Like
Yeah.
I have a video of him trying to
Do the
do the
Sylvester's
Waluigi.
off screen,
Do the
like
Waluigi
twiddling his
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Put
have-
some oil in it and be like,
If it works, it works.
yeah.
it works, man.
Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. Has anybody watched those?
I
haven't
have
watched
seen
any
the
of 'em.
first one. I haven't seen the second one, and I want to see the second one because I'm excited for the third one.
Was the first one good?
It's good, yeah.
Well, it like Samsa said in the
Second
podcast he was
episode.
in, he said that Sonic the Hedgehog is like the only live action that he has hopes in.
Yeah, well, because it was.
John Wick is playing Shadow.
Yeah, I saw that.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
The voice fits.
It was. I think it's on record being like the first video game movie, like the first movie based on a video game that actually did well.
Okay.
Like that was
I
actually
mean, is that
good.
a high bar? Or is it kind of like
And it was kind of low to begin
Okay.
with. Because I think like the first one based on a video game was freaking the Super Mario Brothers
like yeah
from the 80s.
yeah.
Which is an awesome movie, and I argue
tried.
that is a good video game movie because it has nothing to do with the video game at all. It has its own separate storyline, which kind of connects. They made some interesting artistic choices, and it's nuts. It's just full on nuts. It's basically like dystopian, like RoboCop and stuff like that. Like they were riding on the coattails of movies like that. And it's just, you've seen it, right? Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, we should have a movie night then and watch that. It's pretty amazing.
Okay.
I think I have it on VHS, but we'll have to find it.
Where is a VCR? Is that a no? It's PlayStation.
I actually do have a VCR somewhere over there. I got it because I wanted to start
Wade's
like
got everything.
I mean, I know, but I was like, the TV
archiving
in?
stuff. But no, I'm not gonna watch it on VHS.
He's gonna pirate it.
And then
You say pirate? Pirate.
we're gonna pirate it.
I'm a pirate this movie.
Arg, I'm a pirate.
Pirate talk.
It's like Forrest Gump on the high seas.
Yeah.
Flying the sails, Jenny. Hard to port, Jenny.
Biting down the hatches, I'm a pirate.
I hate it.
But no, I'm trying to think of what came after that. Like what other video game movies came after that. But the fact like just that they didn't like it had just enough fan service in it for people to be like Sonic.
I recognize it.
Yeah. but it didn't rely on that.
The
You know what I mean?
franchise, yeah.
It had its own story that kind of could connect to like that and stuff like that, and then I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it is a good movie.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I haven't seen the second one. I also hear it's a good movie.
That's one with Knuckles. Yeah.
Freaking Idris Elba.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have a weird
Yeah.
cast. Like when you look at the people who voice the characters, I'm like, I would have never.
It makes sense though.
Pictured it.
Well, yeah, because like Sonic Adventure.
Mhm.
Sonic Adventure. I think he's in Sonic Adventure 2 also. It's
Yeah.
been a while since I played it. But he had like a deeper voice like
Right.
that and was like more rough and
Yeah.
around the edges and stuff like that. So Idris Elba doing Knuckles, I could see.
That's
I was
wild.
excited about that. And then John Wick or
Keanu Reeves.
doing
But his
Shadow.
voice at least sounds like it. Like he's in that range, I think.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, like his voice makes sense to me.
Yeah, because he can.
Yeah,
like-
he can get kind of raspy,
Yeah.
and so I'm not mad at that. It is wild though,
It's exciting.
as long as he has like John Wick-esque moments. Like you have this scene where he's trying
mean-
to like break out of like this Eggman's facility when he like wakes up from the bat.
Yeah.
Have that, but have like John Wick-esque movements as Shadow.
I mean, the Shadow game. I've never played the Shadow game. Have you ever played
It's
the
the one
Shadow
where he has a
game?
gun.
Yeah, it's Sonic the Hedgehog with guns, which is
That's such a
basically
wild
John
take.
Wick.
It
It's
just-
amazing.
That's just so outside Sonic's norm that I
Yeah.
just don't know if I could get with it.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever played Jack and Daxter, because I think you were like an Xbox boy. But
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter started out as kind of like it started out along the lines of like Crash Bandicoot, just like platformer type
Right.
stuff. And then Jack 2 came out, and it was like future jump, and like Jack has dark powers where he turns into a monster, and also you're in like this dystopian city being like controlled by a corrupt government, and then you have guns now, and they cuss.
So he just comes to America.
Yeah. It's like Jack and Daxter was like fun, rated E for everyone, and then
And now we're rated
Jack
T.
2, yeah, teen, hard T. But they're fun games. I like it. I like the direction that it went. I never played Shadow. I kind of want to play Shadow. I have a Dreamcast over there.
You have a Dreamcast.
I have a Dreamcast.
I think the only game I played on that was like the first Sonic Adventure.
I have that over there. I have Sonic 2 Battle over there also, but
That
I
was
also have
good.
it for
GameCube.
GameCube. Oh, GameCube's over there also.
I bought that on Xbox just to like relive it, and I touched it like once and I haven't come back.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because like now I've seen how like you 100% that game, and I'm like, I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I do not want to dedicate hours to 100% that game. I just want to raise little child babies in the garden,
Yeah.
mix them up like dragons and like phoenix and stuff. That was so fun.
Sylvester got me into, I think whenever I had Xbox, they had Sonic Adventure Racing or Sonic Team Racing or something like that.
All-Star Racing.
Yeah, Sonic All-Star Racing. The one where you could go from like car to plane to boat,
Okay.
that different one.
Okay.
And I got that because it was free with the gold membership or whatever they had back then.
Gotcha.
And I remember we were playing it, and there's it's like capture the flag. There's a mode that's like capture the flag, but you're capturing a chow baby. Yeah,
You're just taking children.
there's a chow baby like walking around there, and you drive by in your car and like pick it up,
Just swoop them up.
fighting over. You have like
You're late
don't
for
they have, like,
daycare,
missiles
Jimmy.
and- Yeah. Where's the chow baby at? But I like that. I want to play that again one day. We should play that.
All-Star
Sonic.
Yeah,
All-Star
I don't have an
Racing.
Xbox though. Can you? Is it cross-platform?
My Xbox is done.
Probably not. Yeah, yours went kaput
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
like years ago. I can't use mine
I switched
anymore.
to PC
Well, I
and
can,
went
but
back.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at now, like with my laptop, because it's like I only really play Fortnite, so it's like I have no reason to plug in my Xbox.
There's not, truthfully. I mean, I think I've told you guys already before, but for the podcast, I had an Xbox One that I bought off of my cousin for $100, and it was my first next gen.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, because the last one that I had was a PS3, and like years ago. This is like years after it came out, and I started playing that. I started playing Rocket League, started playing Fortnite on it, started playing I have like the rare, like the Banjo Kazooie and stuff like that game for it, and then also like Dead Rising 3 and GTA 5 because it's a new system. You gotta buy GTA 5 again.
Yeah.
But then it caused me so many problems. Like it didn't work that well, or I didn't like it. I kept having like internet.
It didn't work that well. I hated it.
Yeah. It kept saying like it was gonna take like 5 hours to download a game or something like that, even though I have good internet here, and it was hardwired into it.
That's weird.
And I kept talking to Xbox chat, like the support, yeah. And they weren't helpful. This guy literally told me, like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was basically like, yeah, I guess just reset your router. And I'm like, I've already done that before.
Okay, but have you reset your router though?
Yeah. So I sold my Xbox for $100. So I made my money
made a
back.
full return.
Yeah. I went to it was at the local
like game store.
It's Cartridges Galore.
Not sponsored.
Not a sponsor. Could be sponsored by that. I like them. But I went to Cartridges Galore. The guy said that he would give me $100 for it, and in my head I'm like, hey, cool. That's all I want.
Sucker.
And then I sold it to
he asked
him.
for a sponsor.
Well, because I went there, and the one guy said, yeah, we can do $100. Looked it over, $100. And then I went back to get it, did some other stuff, and went back to the store, and there was a new guy there. And I was like, yeah, I'd like to trade this in. I was here earlier. And he looked it over, and he's like, how's $80 sound? And I'm like, actually, the guy I was talking to before said $100.
Yeah.
And then luckily he was in the back. And then he heard me, and he was like, yeah, do $100 on that. And I'm like, cool.
Nice try. You can pull that one on me.
And so I sold it for $100, and I bought a PS5 controller with it. And because I already had my PC, I just bought a PS5 controller for my PC, and best decision I ever made. I don't
whole
like
system
Xbox.
for a controller.
Yeah,
Or different.
Yeah.
for the competitor.
But also, like, people used to care about like which brand you rep. Now nobody cares because it's like either your PC or you just have a preference.
Yeah, but see,
you probably pull Pepsi down a Coke cup, don't you?
me? No, I'm Pepsi all the way, man.
That's crazy.
No, actually, I can.
That's
I can
a smoker
drink Coke.
soda.
I can drink Coke. I like Coke. I prefer Pepsi more. But
why?
just
Like, not
'cause-
judging, just curious. Like, why?
Doesn't
Pepsi-
Pepsi have more sugar?
Probably.
No, I actually.
Grab a
I don't
can.
know. I don't know if the regular one does. I drink sugar Pepsi, which actually has less sugar in it.
It's
Is there
called Sugar
Coke?
Pepsi.
Is there a sugar Coke?
It's Pepsi made with real sugar, and I just call it sugar Pepsi.
They all taste the same.
But
Let's argue.
the real sugar Pepsi actually tastes less sweet than the one that uses high fructose corn syrup in it.
So it's kind
But-
of like the difference between like a Coke and a Mexican Coke.
Yes,
Okay.
and I love Mexicokes.
I'll say
Like
Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexicokes are goated.
Plus, they come in a glass bottle. Everything should be in glass now.
Any
Let's get
soda
rid of.
should be drinking glass.
Yeah, I mean, I like cans too, but get rid of plastic. Just get rid of plastic.
But then what are the fish going to entertain themselves with?
Yeah. What are the fish gonna see if they can fit in and then get stuck?
Or turtles.
Oh, that's Get rid of straws too.
Straw. It's
Yeah,
just
everyone
entirely-
use paper straws.
You want a full lip of glass at an Applebee's? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
Well,
no.
then you can't get rid of straws.
With the toilet seat too.
water
Do you use
falling
public
in there.
restrooms?
I hover.
My thighs be burning if it's an emergency.
But no, with the whole brand thing, I don't like Xbox. I used to not care until like, because I like PlayStation for the exclusives. PlayStation was banging out awesome exclusives, and Xbox just like,
They had
we're gonna put all of our stuff in. Yeah, well, they had exclusives, but they didn't really care about it anymore. And then they're like, we're gonna go full sale on the freaking. I forgot that my mind just left.
Oh, look, there it goes.
Game Pass.
Yeah. Yeah. which I had for a bit. Actually, I need to check on that. I might still be paying for that.
Oh yeah.
No, I canceled the card. Never mind, we're good.
Okay. Which Game Pass would be awesome if you were like playing games all the time or
if you were a
wanted to
heavy
try
gamer.
new games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I will
I
say-
can't justify it.
Yeah, that was a benefit, because especially with like our friend groups, like, hey, this is on Game Pass, let's try this, and I'm like, well, my internet sucks. You're gonna have to give me till tomorrow, but then I can try it.
Yeah.
But that was the benefit. Is like I think it was like $10 or $15, and it's like you get online access and you can get
The whole
X
library.
amount of games, for free. So like, if you got the space, why not?
Yeah.
Were
But
you the kind of kid that your parents bought whatever game you want for you, or you had to like sneak around to play them. So like, let's say San Andreas came out, and you're like, Dad, I want this game. He's like, all right. And they just didn't care as long as you're entertained, or was it like you had to go to a friend's house?
I think I don't think they cared that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Lucky.
You see
'Cause-
the question?
Well, you know, I don't know when he started it.
Well, I'm trying to think back now because I do have all of them, like pretty much, even the original Grand Theft Auto. But I think I bought that one later in life.
Okay.
I played it when I was young.
Like super young.
Yeah, I played it
When
when
you
I was in like
shouldn't have.
elementary school.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I never owned it until later in life when I got it. But I'm pretty sure, like, as long as I told my mom and dad what the game was, and like they saw it or like at least looked it over or whatever,
Please look at the back. Yeah, it's a game.
yeah, I think they were okay with it. And I was pretty much in high school whenever, like, I'm pretty sure I was in freshman year when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out.
Okay.
I'll have to fact check that. But so I was already like late middle school, early high school age whenever that came out anyway. So it wasn't that big of a problem.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought you were going to be like, did you get any game you wanted? And I'm like, I'm an only child. Yes.
So yeah, the answer is yes.
Yes. But like the mature games, they had to look at and they had to know about. And like I said, I'm pretty sure, like, for all the ones that really mattered, I was old enough to either get it myself or I was like over the age of 14 whenever it came out.
The maturity age is 17. Wait.
Well, I know. I mean, like,
He's mature for his age.
I was 14, so my
Aren't
parents
we
were
all?
like, yeah, sure. I mean, my dad grew up on horror movies, and we would watch horror movies together, so I'm pretty sure, like, stuff in video games, he's going
So
to
you
be
already
like,
had that exposure of like
Yeah.
adult-related things prior to
stuff in video games isn't going to be any worse than what I'm already showing him on horror movies.
So then you're like totally object to the thought of parents who are like, video games are poisoning the kids' minds. They shouldn't be playing Call of Duties and stuff like that because it messes with them and makes them bad kids.
Some violence.
Like, they were, or...
No, I'm saying like you object to that idea.
Oh, yeah.
Of, like parents who are out there like, you know, get rid of games. Which-
no, I can't stand that.
It baffles me because I'm like, it's up to you as the parent to parent your child.
Yeah.
Because then they want to blame the schools and they want to blame all these outside influences. And I'm
yeah.
like, you're supposed to be watching them.
Yeah.
But instead, like, oh, you're acting a fool, here's a tablet, go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're mad they're doing social media trends in the living room. And it's like, you
Yeah.
literally gave it to them
Yeah.
and didn't monitor it. Like, how are you mad at them? You should be mad at yourself.
It's like, I can't believe that you chose this path that I just gave
you, yeah.
Yeah.
I laid the foundation. Why did you build upon it?
You come out and you're like, the 5-year-old's twerking. Just like,
Now, I have seen videos where like,
it's the video. It's
Yeah.
the iPad. It's
yep,
the
get rid of
music.
big technology. TikTok needs to be shut down, which granted, there's some aspects to it that obviously we don't all agree with, but
No, yeah.
I have seen videos of like, you know, girls are like little girl like dancing to like music in the background, dad comes up behind them, is like, nope, shut it down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, dancing, it depends on what kind of dancing they're
Yeah.
doing. Like, if they're like purposefully showing their butt to the camera, it's like, no.
Nope, we're done.
If they're just like-
Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Yeah. But no, it gets on my nerves so bad. Like, any study that shows that people commit violent acts after they play violent video games, that person would have done it regardless of the
Regardless.
video game. Yeah.
That's it's something deeper
If
than
anything, the video game's the outlet.
Because
Yeah.
I play like San Andreas, stuff like that. I'll play I don't know why I said San Andreas. I meant Grand Theft Auto.
Man.
Like when me and my cousins will play Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie and say I don't go around and be like, oh, I shot that guy in the head. Oh man, he flipped funny. It's not. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and be like with a real gun.
It
And
never
be like,
sounds good. You try to justify this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I did in a real game. You know what? I'm gonna try in real life now. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, some might. I mean, it's deeper than just that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just you saw it in the game, now you want to try it. There's something psychologically, whether it's genetic or some kind of trauma that puts you to that place.
Yeah.
It's
to
never
where
just...
you see people as not people.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't tell the difference between reality and digital
Right.
media.
And again, how much is that? Is that really on the kid as much? Or, like, do the parents have any role in that?
I will say stuff like that, it's kind of 50-50. Like, I wouldn't say it's all the parents' fault,
No,
because
yeah.
some kids are just born with mental issues
Yeah.
that need help.
Right.
And I guess it's on the parents to recognize that they need help, but it's not necessarily on the parents to...
It's all our fault. Like,
Like-
take the blame of it all.
Like, if the parents would have been good parents but not seeked out help,
Yeah.
then they're still like kind of messed up a little
Right.
bit. It's like whenever you see kids from perfectly normal, you could argue if it
From
was
outside looking in, normal families.
yeah, from seemingly normal families that go out and like cut the heads off of squirrels or something like that, and you're like, that's psychopath behavior.
Yeah.
But he didn't learn that.
Right.
It's like inherently in him for some
Yeah.
reason, and we need to fix it.
Right.
Like, that's not a normal thing.
How
that
do
you
we
should be
save
doing.
the squirrel?
Yeah. Now pigeons, you can do that to pigeons because
They're not animals.
they're security cameras.
Yeah. They're just,
Don't tell Mike Tyson that.
Oh no.
Why do you think he loves them so much? He brings them home and he just plugs them in. And he gets to see the outside world from a normal perspective.
Have you ever seen? I don't know if it's still going on, but Adult Swim had a Mike Tyson show. It was a cartoon.
I remember it, but I never watched it.
Scooby-Doo.
It was like
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, and there was like a girl with glasses, there was Mike Tyson, and there was a couple other people and a pigeon that talked.
Did he do the voice acting in it too?
I
I'd
don't know.
I'd
I don't know if
imagine.
it was actually him, because there's a lot of stuff that's like making fun of him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was actually him. Yeah, fact check that.
I remember seeing like images of it or commercials for it, but I don't.
I
never
watched a
it.
couple episodes. It's nuts.
Like after Family Guy went off, I was like, all right, I'm done.
Anything on Adult Swim
Yeah.
that's not on another channel is
Mike
always
Tyson
nuts.
voiced himself.
Okay.
Okay, that makes it better.
So he
because
probably ran and funded it. So.
2014 to 2020, 69 episodes.
That-
Mike Tyson voiced himself. In
6 years. That's a pretty good run.
69 episodes.
Yep.
They didn't
Mike
go for
Tyson
70.
Mysteries.
They were just like 69. Let's stop.
I mean, that's a good run though. 6
Mike
6
Tyson
years.
Mysteries.
Hmm.
That's hilarious. Jackie Chan didn't voice himself in his show.
No, but the guy,
No, he didn't,
the
did he?
cabbage merchant did.
Yeah. From Avatar.
My cabbages. That was Jackie Chan.
Oh, that was
In
Jackie Chan.
Adventures.
It confused me whenever he's
Yeah.
like, Jackie Chan didn't voice himself, but the Cabbage Guy did.
Yeah.
The Cabbage Guy
The
voiced
cabbage man
himself.
voiced the cabbage man. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm like just some random guy down the
No,
street who
the
sold
voice actor who
cabbages.
played the cabbage merchant in Avatar voiced Jackie. In
I
Jackie
did
Chan
not know
Adventures.
that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
He-
cool.
I mean, he also played himself in the live action. We don't talk about that.
Oh, did it? What?
He played him. Guy who voiced the cabbage merchant was the cabbage merchant in the live action too.
Jackie Chan?
No,
I thought you
Jackie Chan
just
was the
said.
cabbage merchant.
the voice actor for Jackie Chan
Oh,
was also the voice actor for the cabbage merchant.
okay.
In the live action Avatar, that same actor played his character he voiced in the original animated show.
Okay.
You got it?
I'm up to speed now.
Okay.
I thought you meant Jackie Chan himself
Was the
voiced
Cabbage
the
Merchant?
Cabbage Man. And I'm like, I didn't know
They
that.
did swap. It'd be really funny if we switched jobs. They'll never know.
But that's okay. I'm caught up to speed now.
Okay.
I'm good. What?
I feel like that was. Huh?
I was watching like recent clips of Jackie,
I don't want to talk about it.
and he looks old.
I don't want to talk about it.
I thought you were gonna be like, I watched in a clip of Jackie and he just said really racist things.
And it made me sad.
Oops. No. There's a picture of him going around where he's like really super old, but he like made a post. He's like, guys, I was dressed up for
A
part-
role.
Yeah, but like there's another like picture and video of him now. He's like a lot better, but he's
Yeah.
still old. You can see he's
Right.
aging.
I mean,
Well, he is
Yeah.
old.
I'll say he's
Yeah.
up there.
But no, it made me want to watch old, like very old Jackie Chan movies, and I'm just like, oh, this is
Like Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3.
not even those. Like
Oh, okay.
Those are
earlier
considered
films.
old nowadays.
Yeah, like Police Story, all that. And I'm just like, oh, man, like I'm gonna be sad if something happens to him.
I mean, life.
I know, but it's like the older we grow, the more we see like our heroes, people we looked up to, you know,
Yeah.
be gone.
But then we take that role, and then we become the heroes for somebody else.
And then we die.
Yeah.
Cycle repeats.
Yeah.
Someone break the
And
cycle.
then they just sit on their phones.
We all just live forever, or we all just die. Like what?
No, all the like with kids being on their phones more, it's like no one else is stepping up the roles for the other one, so they're just on their phone and it's blank, and they're like, "But what do we watch?" No one's making anything.
Society just stops. I think because of our generation are becoming parents, I have a little bit more hope. Because like, don't get me wrong, like, I mean, my wife works in a school, so like the things I hear from her, I'm like, that's just sad. Like some of the kids that they like the education they may or may not have received, and it's like these are people who will be voting and like working in public places, and it kind of unsettles me. But I also feel like our generation has an appreciation for the way we were raised and the way things were prior to what we experience today.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll kind of like counterbalance the last parents that were already here.
Here,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a question for you guys then. All right, say you have kids. All right,
Eventually, yeah.
That's the plan.
How do you? This is a question from one of our viewers.
Was it a Bolivian?
It was Wiz.
Oh, I wanted to shout out our Bolivia audience.
Yeah, I mean, you just did.
Oh, true. Shouts out to you guys. Thanks for watching. How did you find us?
Yeah.
we get weird stats. I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay.
But this is from Wiz.
Shout out to Wiz.
His question was.
Drum roll, please.
Stalling.
Sorry.
His question.
As he types it up because he didn't send anything in.
Was yeah. Wait, what was that question again?
Okay,
Awkward segue.
Wiz's question was public schooling versus homeschooling from when you were kids to now.
None of us were homeschooled.
To when you had kids. So basically, my question of kind of the same.
Mhm.
When you have kids,
Public.
public school
Public.
or homeschooling?
Public.
I'd say public.
Public.
Why?
I don't have anything wrong with homeschooling. I'm gonna get a little political right now.
Wiz, he doesn't like that you were homeschooled.
No, I'm not saying that. Wiz was homeschooled before the world is
Was the
where
way it
it's
is
at now.
Yeah.
I have heard people mostly on social media and stuff like that, but also around town
Mhm.
that say that they're going to put their kid through homeschooling because they legit think that the liberals are indoctrinating your kids with their ideologies and they don't trust the public school systems anymore. So that's why people are wanting to homeschool. If that's the reason why you want to homeschool, then I don't know. You need to see a therapist. You need to get your
Well,
brain
that comes
checked.
back to the parents. Because
Yeah.
you're supposed to raise a child in the way that they should go.
I know, but most of the people who are saying that stuff are like, you want them teaching their kids to be like them. You know what I mean? It's going to be like a vicious
Well, yeah, no,
cycle.
and I get that because at my last job, I worked with a woman who has a child, and like they have litter boxes in the bathrooms for the kids who identify as animals.
Is that real?
Apparently,
Because I heard
I mean, I
that
don't
was
think it's
a
at every
myth.
school.
Yeah,
but-
I heard that was a myth, but I have to look into it more.
I
But
mean, they told me straight up, they're like they have a litter box for kids who identify as animals.
okay, yeah.
and
See,
they-
no, that behavior, I'm gonna be like, no.
Yeah, and that's like I understand why people may feel that way, but it's also like it's your responsibility to tell them like, hey, this is right, this is wrong. Like, you know, be the parent. But
Yeah.
also, I lost my train of thought. That's crazy. but
Welcome to my
also it's
world.
up to you. It's up to them. Like, they're not, at some point, they're going to experience the world around them.
Yeah.
So if you hold them back from that world to a certain degree for 18 years of their life,
Yeah.
and then now you throw them into the deep end,
This is how the world actually
that's
is.
a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot from us coming from public school. Like, going into the adult world, now it's like, oh, no one's helping me with my homework. No one's paying my bills for me. Like, now I have to do all these things myself. Like,
Yeah.
that's a shock. So to come from homeschool where, like, you're kind of shielded from that to a certain degree, I'm not saying it's wrong, and I don't want to say that, but I also feel like to a degree you're kind of hurting the child in that regard. Because now they have to adapt to a world that is, especially now, where all eyes are on you at
Yeah.
all times. Like, everything you say is being monitored, everything you do is being monitored, and everyone has a comment. And as much as I don't wish, obviously, but like, I could have gone without some of the bullying I experienced.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it made me who I am. So I don't want my kids to go into the workforce at 18 and then someone tells them they messed up the paperwork and now they're like crying in the bathroom
No, yeah.
because they can't take criticism. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That makes me think too, because like my reasoning is, to me, like the people how I just was saying, I'm just like, that just sounds nuts to me, like conspiratorial stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's, I don't know, that's just gonna lead to a whole
other topic.
other
Yeah.
place. But then I'm like wondering, and I have a question for Wiz. Wiz,
I'm Sly.
not that I'm judging or anything like that, but why were you homeschooled? And then I'm also curious to why people homeschool their children to begin with.
Well,
Because
for-
I've also heard about like people homeschooling to like kind of propel their child further, or maybe they're just like a stay-at-home parent or something like
Yeah.
that, and they have the time to teach their
Right.
child.
Well, and I think it's more expensive than you would think.
What, homeschooling?
Yeah. Like getting the books and all the lesson plans and stuff like that. If you go through like, I think
Yeah.
it's a state process. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think there's like something you have to have some kind of collaboration with the state if you choose to homeschool, and
I
it
think-
is like a lot of time. And then like can you easily separate the parent from the teacher role? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking about this now because I'm like, I was just going about it by the like the conspiracies and
political
stuff like
side,
that.
so to
Yeah, the
speak.
political side. But then I'm like, public school isn't great. Like,
I mean, no school is like phenomenal.
no, but I mean like
How do you feel about private school?
private schools. I don't know. I feel like they're
From what I've heard, it's arguably from a social standpoint worse. Because because now you're confined as a child and you want to like, I don't want to always wear the uniform. I don't want to be in this confinement of like all boys, all girls, all religion, whatever. I want to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
what's out there, so.
I will say, because I went to public school, I went to the opposite public school than you guys did, and we had people coming from the Catholic school. I think you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it just 'cause I don't wanna-
Yeah.
But we had a couple people come from there and saying that they liked the public school a lot more because it was a lot less strict. They had more friends here. They felt like more people at the private school were just up their own asses all the time. Because, I mean, a lot of them come from well-to-do families
Right.
that,
Yeah.
you know, might have different views on how they perceive people with less money than them and stuff like that. So there's like different, I guess there would be like different bullying there, but still
Yeah.
bullying
Right.
and stuff like that.
My
Like
daddy
class,
owns a
classist.
Private school breeds bitches.
All right.
Wait, is that a Kendrick line?
No, that's,
No, that's Kendrick line.
that's a Kevin Hart line.
Oh, okay.
Private school breeds bitches.
I was trying to think, did Drake go to private school? I don't know. All I can think of, all I can think of is Jimmy.
From Degrassi.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
But
I never watched that. I know of it, but I never watched it.
It's pretty good.
I was gonna get into it until I did research, and there's like years and years.
Yeah, well, Degrassi,
Like there's multiple iterations.
I think it's Degrassi Next Generation. Because there was Degrassi from the 80s.
Yeah,
And then this Degrassi started in like late 90s,
but I
early
was
2000s.
told they're like all connected in some way.
It's the same school.
Yeah,
It's ongoing.
so
it's
I-
kind of like Doctor Who.
It's like
But-
watching graduation and the next class comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why wouldn't I want to invest in the whole? It's not important. Anyway,
I only watched The Next Generation.
but then you missed it anyway.
I mean, you can watch the whole story if you want to,
I'm
but
good.
I myself only identified with, or
The
only
Next
resonated
Generation.
with the
Going back
early 2000s
to
one.
homeschooling. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bring it back. I know you guys.
Oh wait, I'll say this before you change the subject. Well, I'm thinking about this in real time too. I was gonna say they should make more shows like that deal with like real life struggles of stuff. Even though the struggles are a little different, a lot of the struggles are still the same, and it addresses a lot of things on there. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm older and don't watch a lot of kids shows or whatever, or maybe more kids or like teens and stuff like that are watching more adult shows, or shows that I think are more adult
Yeah,
that have those themes in it. Because I mean, I watched like Even Stevens and Lizzie McGuire, and like Degrassi was aimed towards preteens, teens,
gotcha.
stuff like that. And they just had like their slogan is literally "It goes there," because they just dive into like deep subjects that a lot of other places, and even Boy Meets World was having like those discussions of like, you know, like racism, classism. Like his friend was poor and lived in a trailer park, and his parents were actually having problems. And it dealt with like divorce and how a kid feels during divorce and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, what does that nowadays?
I mean, Disney tried to get like
Disney?
tried to get real, but they were
Like-
kind of more so of like
Wizards of Waverly Place
let's.
had divorce.
No, I'm saying like nowadays Disney is trying to get like involved in the more like they were going in on like the woke side of things. Like they try to keep things real.
What's woke?
Huh?
What's woke?
Like back
How do
then,
you say woke? Woke is a trigger word for me. Define woke.
like the whole like cancel culture and stuff like that. Like they were trying to. A lot of their product had little iterations of what the people who were screaming the loudest. They were taking things from that.
Okay.
That's what I meant by Disney tried to get a little real, but people kind of saw through the facade and was like, this isn't really good storytelling. This is just,
Money grab.
yeah, we're trying to
Pandering.
we're throwing a net out and trying to catch as many fish as possible.
That I'll say is just bad script writing, though, too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like, because a lot of the
for
themes,
sure.
I don't think a lot of the themes of the newer woke movies are like bad. I just think that I think that the scripts were written bad.
Well, they're
and-
probably AI.
Huh?
AI.
Say they're probably AI.
Yeah. That, but
Which is a
because like
travesty.
some of the themes have been tackled before, but better in
Right.
other movies
Yeah.
because they're written better
Yeah.
and not just like, I don't know, just not.
It's not thrown at you.
Yeah. It's not in your face.
Here's what I'm trying to do.
A lot of the context is like it's like subtext, and it's like cooler that way because if you get it, you get it,
Right.
and you're like, wow, that's a powerful message.
Yeah.
But it's not thrown at you being
Yeah.
like this is
It
this
stuck
is
to
the
you because it was
message and
good,
this is
not
how I
because
feel.
of what it said.
Yeah. So I blame the writing on that, and
Yeah.
the AI usage and stuff like that. But anyway,
You were gonna say?
what were you saying?
Bring it back to the homeschooling. It's like everybody wants to be equal until they're not, you know?
Yeah.
So I see the benefits of homeschooling is that, you know, in public school, there's the no child gets left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you know, it's really, and with one teacher per like every 30 students, it's hard to keep the talents of students individually.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know? So homeschooling.
So you're saying the
definitely
dumb kids are
excels.
holding the smart kids behind their back?
Don't say it like that. But you know what it is.
If you want to trigger the dumb kid's parents.
Yeah.
But homeschooling is, you know, beneficial in the way where you can help your
It's
kid,
focused.
your kid
Yeah.
excel and like as long as you put them in group activities after school, you know.
Yeah.
They'll
socialize
get the
them more.
social
Right.
without the you know, public schooling environment, because you know sometimes it's not, you don't really focus a lot with this with public school.
Yeah.
And also, here's another subject: how do you guys feel about bullying back then versus bullying now?
I think it's a weird paradox for me, because I'm like, I don't think we should bully, but I'm also like, I see where socially it helps people to a certain, like a small degree.
Bring bullying back.
No, because like people are going to talk about you,
Yeah.
and regardless of what you do. So if you have experience with some level of bullying, you have that opportunity to develop a thicker skin.
Builds character.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're never exposed to that, and everybody just high fives you, meet and greet, whatever, and then you get to the real world, people, man, you got some ugly feet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
And
just,
you're like, what?
right? Like, now you're looking at, now you're 25 years old and you're concerned about like all these little things that really don't matter.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take. I think nowadays it's a lot of it's done behind a screen, obviously. Like, it's like from what I've heard from teachers, there have been altercations in schools that where it's like they've never exchanged words in person. But then
Oh,
like
really?
one day they'll be like walking together, the next day they throw hands, and then you find out there's some exchanges on Instagram or something, or they posted something and it made them look like whatever. So I think nowadays, at least when they bullied you back in the day, it was to your face.
Yeah.
It might not be
Yeah.
clever.
Also, like back in the day, it's just at school.
Yeah.
And now it's everywhere. You can't get away from
Yeah,
it.
it
Right.
just follows you
Right.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the part.
it's tough.
What you were saying. That's the part that I think makes it harder for kids today, because kids are mean.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know
filter.
how much what was around whenever you were in school.
Like social media wise.
Yeah.
If
MySpace.
If we're talking high school, it was like MySpace was kind of fading out. Facebook was really prevalent. Twitter was getting started.
Snapchat, Instagram was like our senior year.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say it was more towards like college whenever that really popped off. But like, yeah, MySpace in middle school, and then Facebook, and then Twitter. But I mean, I don't, at least never directed towards me. I never had anything negative at me.
You never had any cyberbullying? Bullying?
I think one time when I graduated, I posted like one of my early vlogs, and someone was like, "Oh, I want to do this. It sounds cool. When can I join?" And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think they're being sarcastic, so I kind of just like left it alone.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think so.
Don't be mad at me. I don't think I was ever bullied.
Well, that's why you have us.
Yeah. No,
Now, do you think you weren't bullied, or was it just going over your head because you're so nice to everyone? So
I mean,
they
it could have
be bullying you.
it could have been because there was
shirt, man. Hey, thanks. My mom got
I mean, I just surrounded myself with good friends, and like we
Mindset over here.
Yeah.
ragged on ourselves, like on each other and stuff like that, but not like if we did something kind of like us, like if we said something like that really struck a nerve, then we'd be like, oh, that actually hurt you, like wait a minute.
My bad.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
But the only thing I can think of, and I feel like this is bullying, but I just don't see it the same way because it didn't last very long, was my best friend's older brother. He was like 2 years older, I think. My best friend's older brother, whenever me and my friend were going from elementary school to middle school, his brother, who was already in middle school, kept telling us that, you know, we were babies, and then whenever we got, I mean, he would beat up on him, you know,
Yeah.
brother
a
stuff.
brother, yeah.
But whenever I was around him, he would say like, yeah, you guys you're not going to survive in middle school because, you know, like they'll rip you apart. Like, you like Pokemon? Oh
Those
man,
middle
like
school kids.
Pokemon's for babies. Like
Yeah.
they're just going to hate you and stuff like that. And like that kind of affected me until I got to middle school and saw that everyone was just like me. Like everyone was into Pokemon. Everything that he said that we were gonna get chewed up for and everything like that. They're
think
like,
your
"Oh, you like
class just
Pokemon?
missed
Cool,
that."
man."
Like, you might have just like made the cusp of missing that bullying phase.
Then you got the college,
yeah.
and it's like, yeah, we got clothes for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I got that treatment, like especially coming from like the neighborhood I did. Like, you couldn't be in our neighborhood and your main thing wasn't like some kind of performing arts or some kind of athletics.
Oh yeah.
Like if it was anything other than those two, nerd.
No,
Geek,
see, I
you
didn't
know?
do anything, and I was just average. I was just average. I consider myself to be like the Mario of that. Like when you're playing Mario, or
So main character energy.
yeah. Well, no, I was thinking of like in Mario Tennis or like the Mario Sport games where you pick Mario and Luigi are just like the all arounders. I'm an all around type person. I don't know. I was friends with the nerds. I was friends with the jocks. I was friends with but I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but my school, I feel like there were cliques, but they weren't exclusive. Like a lot of the jocks were dating cheerleaders, but then also so were a lot of the like the skater punks. A lot of the cooler skater punk guys were dating cheerleaders, and a lot of the jocks were dating like, you know, like a smarter like preppy girl and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like not cheerleader, but you know, like
Popular.
academic
Yeah.
type nerd girl or whatever.
Okay.
And like punk girls were dating nerds and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
It was total
we
anarchy.
yeah, there were people that got bullied.
Yeah.
Like I saw people get bullied, and if I ever saw it, I tried to just be like, man, like why? Like
Can't we all just get
don't.
along?
Yeah.
Everybody hold
And
hands.
and I was even not like real good friends with some of the people that got bullied, but I was friendly with them and stuff like that. And so I know some of the stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know. I just never saw the point of bullying, and I never really got bullied myself that I know of. There are a couple things that I think are hilarious that could be considered bullying, but
I got a wedgie one time. It was so fun.
no, I was walking down the hallway, and there were like a bunch of rowdy like jocks types, and they were just like, you know, like yelling at everyone, like messing with everyone that were going through the hall. And I remember me and my friend were going through, and I had my binder on my
Did
side.
you get booked?
They just knocked it off, or they started like pushing around, and then one kid knocked my stuff off, and they're like, ah, and I was just like, I forget what I said. I was just like, ah, like I screamed at him, I'm like, so funny, or something like that, and I just picked up my books, and they started laughing, and then me and my friend just walked away laughing. So, I don't know, stuff like that. I guess I never let bullying get to me. And then one of my friends, it was just me and him because our other friends were doing something else during lunch period. I was sitting at a table, and he was across from me, and they're like the octagonal shaped tables or whatever. And I remember he was talking and messing with me, and he kept like, he was kind of like the Stifler of our friend group. Like he thought he was part of the friend group, but we didn't really. Like,
that
really
is a wild analogy. I was thinking something totally different when you said Stifler.
No, he was the one who always thought he was the cool guy and part of our friend group, and we're just like, it would be better if you just weren't here.
So you were the bully.
Kind of, but
that's why you never got bullied. You were the bully.
That was me. But he kept like pushing the table up against me for no reason, just for fun. And I was getting pushed back, and I'm like, okay, man, stop. Like, I'm just trying to eat. Stop pushing me. And then he pushed me. He pushed me. What?
Out of here. we gotta move.
I can't go back there.
Yeah.
Maybe. He kind of is quiet to me when I see him. Like out and about. No, he had.
Now your door's next to the car.
He went through like he must have had a troubled childhood too, because he started out like.
That's so funny.
He started out trying to.
You were the icing on the cake.
With
you were the last straw.
I was his bully. No.
This is Wade's best friend's villain origin story.
Maybe no, he wasn't my best friend.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
They see him passing, he's just traumatic in the back of his.
It's like World War II flashback, but it's Wade flipping the table in slow motion.
Yeah.
But in his memory, you're like jacked out, and you have like red eyes and just fangs.
Oh man. But yeah, he started out kind of like hanging out with the metalhead kids and like the ICP crowd and stuff like that.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Insane Clown Posse.
Huh?
Insane Clown Posse? You don't know Juggalos?
I know rap.
Okay. Juggalos?
I've heard of that word, but with a different vowel after J, but I've never heard of it.
No. No, they're... I don't know. He hung out with those.
Like,
no, they were just the kids that listened to Korn. How about that?
okay.
Yeah. And had like dark and the Jinko jeans or whatever.
Okay.
And stuff like that, like the metalhead kids.
Yeah.
And then he went from being a metalhead kid to being like a jock. He got on the football team, and then he started like, as soon as he got on the football team, his whole personality went to like, you know, like polo shirts, nice blue jeans and stuff like that, like completely flipped.
180.
Yeah. And then, I don't know if it was in between there or after there, he started getting into drugs, which it started out with like marijuana, but then he came into school one time and he was just like, yeah, man, like, have you ever tried cocaine? And we're like,
At 16.
no. And then he was saying like, you know, I'm not going to say it on here, but like sexual things with the cocaine and stuff like that. And we're like, no.
Nah.
Say it will be out.
You want more
For
work
real?
for yourself?
For real? I'll say it.
I'll be back.
I'll say it, and then you can decide if you want to cut it out later. But he came into school one time being like, dude, this girl like sucked cocaine off my dick the other night and stuff like that. And I'm just like,
At 16?
yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if you're telling the truth, but if you are, you're nuts. And I think he was telling the truth, because he'd always come in to school.
Flared.
Yeah, he'd always come in just like
dilated.
just like freaking like on it, man. Like he was like jacked up, man. And then other times he would just be like, yeah.
He's crashed out.
Yeah. He came down. But and then after that he became like real religious. And then I'm like, that's cool if like you see that as like a turning your life around type thing after all the shit that you went through before.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. And then I think that's the last time I saw him, or no, not the last time I saw him, but the last time I saw him in school. And then I saw him a couple years after at where I work. He came in and he kind of didn't make eye contact with me.
You definitely were his origin story.
Like he kind of like was like, hi man, how you doing? And then like would like look down and be like, you know, kind of like that kind of body language.
You were his canon event. You were his canon event.
He did it to me though.
Now he's victim blaming.
No, I didn't like.
Oh wait, playing victim.
I didn't continuously bully him or anything like that.
Flip the table on him. What more did he need to
I flipped the table that he was pushing me with on him. It was self-defense.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end it right there.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, rate, and subscribe. All the nice little positive things.
You paint your picture of me however you want.
Get on out of here.
Yeah. You want to go to Five Guys? I promise I won't flip any tables.
I would say as long as you don't, chairs included.
I won't flip any chairs.
All right, we're gonna go to Five Guys.
I might hit on the hot girls.
Thanks for watching. Peace.